Hey guys. So today I am going to do a video overview of the show Power. Um, for those of you who don't know, you guys are losers. Just saying. But Power is such a good show. I literally found out about that show like maybe a month and a half ago, and I binge watched that show so bad. It ate up 2 weeks of my life. No regrets whatsoever. But when I found out that the final season was going to air, I obviously had to make sure that I was all caught up before I saw the first episode of season 6. So I'm not gonna get too detailed, but just like the important part, like the opening scene, 50 Cent and Courtney Kemp. I get kudos to you two for sure because I was so sure that Angela was going to survive. Oh my goodness, that did get me though. You guys are not messing around. Wow. Um, yeah, I can't believe they're rushing Angie to the hospital, and Ghost is obviously with her, and then I guess he gets taken by the cops for questioning, and then when he gets out, he's obviously waiting for the doctors to say what's up, and then her sister Bask shows up out of nowhere, claiming Ghost is a killer a murderer because she was just pronounced dead. So that yeah, I was expecting her to live. That's interesting. But anyways, everyone eventually in the show finds out Angela died, including Tommy. So obviously, Ghost is pissed and he goes after Tommy's crib. Oh, although when those two got at it, oh, that was good. I liked it. Yeah, they were both going at it. Right? I don't think I've ever seen a fight. If I recall, I don't think I've ever seen those two actually throw hands at each other. But that was the first time I think. Uh, yeah, they fight it out, but Tariq out of nowhere just shows up and stops the fight. Uh, and I think what was it? I think it involved Kanan. I think yeah, because they wanted to let his remains go out in the air or whatever. I remember that, and then Tommy asked Tariq if it like what would happen if something bad were to happen to Ghost, implying that he obviously intends to kill him. But yeah, I mean, it basically shows Tasha too about what is it? What's his name? Terrence or whatever the black dude, the black lawyer. You know what I'm talking about. The one that got Ghost out of jail. Terry, that's his name, Terry. So it basically shows Terry having, banging out Tasha while Ghost is watching, and obviously he wasn't a fan of that and kills him. Uh, what else do I remember? Obviously, the Angel's coworkers are pretty upset about her death, especially. Oh, I'm not good with name. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Knox. Agent Knox is very well. He's like the most determined out of everyone to bring Ghost down. So they're obviously coming up with oh yeah, and the new guy is the new boss. So he's in it, and they're basically trying to figure out how to prove that Ghost actually was the one that killed uh, Angela. But obviously, we all know Tommy was the one that killed Angie. And the reason obviously is because Ghost tricked Tommy into killing Teresi because he thought he was a snitch for Tommy, but it was for Ghost. Well, for both. One thing that got me mad, oh my god, obviously they did it on the creators did it, but what's her name? Jeez, I really am bad with names. Tommy's girl. When Tommy gives the gun to her to say throw it in the river, she doesn't use any gloves. She just straight up takes the gun with her bare hands and throws it into the river. Are you kidding me? If uh whatever. The cops are gonna find it and they're gonna find her fingerprints on the gun and they're gonna take her in. I already know that. But the biggest thing of that episode was obviously Ghost was following Tommy multiple times throughout the entire episode to try to kill him. Um, but each time he couldn't because either Tariq was there, or I think Tariq was there a couple of times, so he couldn't really take a shot at him. But the very last scene was they were at the warehouse with the Russian dude, and Ghost gets out of the car. I mean, Ghost is waiting outside while Tommy's supposedly driving away in his blue car, and then all of a sudden, Ghost just fires multiple gunshots into Tommy's car, but he doesn't go and look to see if that's actually Tommy driving because he automatically assumes that it's Tommy. Yet, once he goes away, Tommy shows up out of nowhere. He's like, "Who did this?" And the Russian dude was like, "Well, there's a reason I took your car keys and I gave them to my guy over here so he could drive off because I knew Ghost was following you." So now Tommy is still alive and Ghost is still out to. Well, he automatically thinks that Tommy is dead, and he was, I guess, the last scene was basically him thinking, "What have I done? I just killed my brother," because those two are obviously bros. So, um, but yeah, obviously, I'm assuming this Sunday night episode that's coming up is going to show. Uh, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be that the clip from the trailer that we saw where Tommy calls Ghost saying, because he's not gonna arrest until he's 6 feet under. I think. Yeah, 6 feet under. Yep. Um, so then obviously they're definitely gonna go back at it. So so far this, I mean, I like the first episode. I'm pumped that it has 16 episodes this season instead of the normal 10. The only negative thing about it, because I binge watched the whole show in a matter of weeks, now I have to wait 1 week at a time to watch the show. It's really good. I didn't have Hulu. I thought it would be on Hulu right away, but it wasn't, so I had to torrent it. But whatever. Other than that, that's all I have for today in regards to Power. I'll definitely be doing more Power reviews for every single episode that comes up. That way I keep my mind refreshed as to what really happened for you guys, to see if you guys actually follow Power and see what other people's input was on the show.